Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This video is a little bit of a rush job because I had a really busy day and I had almost no time to record, but I want to make sure I got you guys a video out today because I didn't get to get one out yesterday. As you guys can see from the title, we are doing a deck profile on my Cyber Scrap Orcust deck. I didn't mention the scrap part from the last video, but scrap has become a really important part of the engine. The deck's super fun, it has a lot of crazy combos, and shit, it can go first or second. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments. But enough from me. Let's jump in and check it out. Alright guys. This deck is a mixture of 3 engines. The biggest downside to having so many engine cards is that we can't have as many hand trips as we would like. But we still have plenty of tricks. Up first is our Cyber Dragon engine. Starting off with our Cyber Dragon monsters, we got 3 core. We're only playing 2 Hertz. Mostly for space, but we only really need the 2. 1 Naxter, 2 Galaxy, and 3 Cyber Dragon. The reason we're playing these ratios is because we really only need Hertz for the Galaxy package. It does have some nice recursion, and it is a 1-for-1 target as well as Naxter. But we really had to cut down on space. We still play 3 Cyber Dragon because being able to special summon Cyber Dragon from hand just to get a second monster on the field really can help get the deck going. You really only need 2 monsters to go off, and if we do still play Machine Dupe. Next is our scrap package. We play 1 Jet Synchron, 2 Scrap Recyclers, and 1 Scrap Golem. The only reason we're playing 2 Scrap Recyclers is again space. It is a good card. I wish I could fit 3, but I really had to cut down to make room, especially for that Jet Synchron. Lastly is our Orcust package. We play 1 Brass Bomber. It is a 1-for-1 target, and it can get our Orcust monsters out of hand. 2 Nightmare, that's another one I wish I could play 3 of, but again, space is really tight. I like that it's a Machine Dupe target, and I like that it's a level 8, so it can actually get us into Dingirsu if need be. Symbol Skeleton, we're rocking 2 of them. World 1, I would knock World 1 down to 1, but I had too many times where World 1 was stuck in my hand, and I needed to summon it back. I needed to summon it to get it out, so that's why I knocked it up to 2, because nothing sucks more than having a Nightmare Engrave and missing a World 1. That's it for our engine monsters. The last monster we play is 2 Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom's still a really good generic hand trap. Onto our spells. We gotta start off with our non-engine specific. We got 1-for-1. Discard a monster, summon a level 1. You guys saw all the level 1 targets we had. We also played 2 Machine Dupe. I wanted to play 3, but again, I had to cut space somewhere. It still comes up plenty of times. It also, is a little bit less bricky because we don't see that 3rd one. For cyber spells, we play 1 Cyber Rev System, 1 Repair Plant, and 3 Emergency. Between the emergencies, the cores, and the recyclers, that gives us 8 starters. Rev System gets us that extra body, and obviously Repair Plant can get us into the Galaxy engine. All good picks. For Orcust spell and trap, for Orcust spell cards, we play 2 Orchestrated Return. It helps us get our Orcust monsters out of our hand. Also, we can search them off Galatea to be able to draw more cards. 1 Orchestrated Babble, searchable off Galatea, turns all our Orcust cards into quick effects. And lastly, for trap cards, we play 1 Orchestrated Crescendo, searchable off Galatea. It's a counter. It's an Omni Negate. Its graveyard effect is dope. As long as we only summon dark monsters in that turn we want it, we can banish it from the grave to add an Orcust monster to hand, so we can ensure our place for the following turn. 1 Overflow, still a great card, good destruction. It can pop up to 3 cards with the way the build is. And Impermanence, the reason I decided to play 3 Impermanence, only 2 Ash, Impermanence just has so many more applications for me. I love that card, and I put 3 in every deck. On to the extra Dark Mirage, it's good with core, and it's good with Scrap Recycler as well if we have to normal summon any of our other monsters. Seeger, good for getting over big monsters, really easy to make. Platinum Gadget and Scrap Wyvern are basically made for each other because of one of the Xyz monsters. But Scrap Wyvern gets us into our Scrap plays, which gets us more into our Orcust plays. Gadget actually gets us to Scrap Wyvern. I'll explain that when I get to the XYZ monsters. Double Galatea. Galatea is amazing. Heart and Soul of the deck. 1 IP Masquerana. 1 Nightmare Unicorn. So IP Masquerena is a dark monster. We can make it off 2 monsters. And since IP Masquerena and Unicorn are both darks, we can actually make them even with our Orcust stuff, because our Orcust locks into darks, but not into machines. 1 Nova, 1 Infinity. We only really ever make the 1. We never really need to make the 2. 1 Ding, because we reuse them over and over again. And 1 Infinite Track River Stormer. So River Stormer takes 2 level 5 monsters, and you can attach a material to search a level 4 lower machine. So basically you use this to get Scrap Recycler, link into Platinum Gadget, Special Summon Recycler, Digital Recycler, and then you just go off into your whole place. And then lastly, our fusions. We play 3 fusions, 1 Fortress, 1 Mega Fleet, and 1 Rampage. We do play a lot of machines, and sometimes we need to be able to send our machines to the graveyard, so that's what Fortress is good for. Seeing opponents play monsters in the extra monster zone happens all the time. They seem to forget that Cyber Dragon is a thing. And Rampage, though we don't have any fusion spells to make it, we still make it off of Nova's effect when Nova is sent from the graveyard, and it still allows us to continue our plays. I do have a side deck, though it is subject to change. I will show you guys what I've got so far. Rivalry of the Warlords, good for multi-type decks since we only play machines. Minus the 2 scrap monsters, but we can easily play around that. Play the 3rd Ash just in case we ever need it. Ash is still a good generic hand trap. 3 Ghost Bell for the graveyard, 2 Twin Twister for back row, 3 Lancia because banishing sucks, and honestly if we get our graveyard banished, it really kills the deck because we need our graveyard. And then lastly 3 Droll just to lock it up. Sorry if I cut that off a little bit. Alright guys, quick test hand for you guys real quick. Get rid of the top 5 so y'all don't think I'm stacking. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is probably the one card you don't want to see in these hands ever, because Scrap Wyvern can only summon this from the deck, which kind of sucks. Actually, it can summon from the graveyard too. Alright, here we go. So with this hand is what we're going to do. We're going to start off with Orchestrated Return. Edition World Legacy World 1 to draw 2. Oh my god. We got plays. Alright, so we're going to start off with Scrap Recycler. So Recycler's effect lets us send any machine monster to the graveyard. Now, at the bare minimum, you can send an Orcust monster, do a quick Orcust combo and be done, but we're going to set Jet Synchron, because we're going to fill up our graveyard now. So Jet Synchron's effect, we're going to discard a card. We're going to discard the Orchestrated Return because we can't use it anymore. We can only use 1 per turn. Bring back Jet Synchron. And then these 2 are going to, we're going to link these 2 into Scrap Wyvern. Say that 5 times fast. Then we're going to activate 1 for 1, discarding the Scrap Golem. And to do that, we're going to special summon. We're actually going to special summon Hertz. You'll see why in a second. It's cool using 1 for 1 on Hurt, because if you have a Cyber Dragon, you can 1 for 1 Hertz and then make it a level 5 and still get Infinity. But now, we're going to use Scrap Wyvern's effect to special summon out Scrap Golem. Now, because we special summon the Scrap Golem, we got to pop one of our own monsters. We're going to pop Hertz. Hertz's effect goes off, gets us a Cyber Dragon. Now we're going to use Scrap Golem's effect. Get us out of Scrap Recycler. Recycler's effect to dump a monster. Dump Nightmare. Nightmare's effect, banish, target Golem. Send Wand. Wand's effect, banish, special summon from banish. Now, because of this, we're locked into darks, so what we can do is link into Galatea, because Galatea is broken, and it's 2 effect monsters, with one of them being Orcust. We'll send back the World one, and we will set Babel. Then we can overlay into Dingirsu. Lastly, we'll activate Orchestrated Babel, turning all our Orcust monsters into quick effects. And then we can link these two into IP Masquerena. So we have impermanence, set impermanence for 1 disruption. We added the extra Cyber Dragon to our hand off hurts, so now we can actually use Unicorn, and then Babel makes all our graveyard effects quick effects. So on our start of our opponent's turn, if we want, we can use Nightmare, get rid of Nightmare, target Golem, send Simple Skeleton to the graveyard. Now we can use Simple Skeleton to special summon Dingirsu to get an additional pop. We can also link these into Unicorn, discarding our last card. And then we still have plays for the following turn. And if our opponent doesn't force us to use Dingirsu, we can actually get back Galatea and use Galatea's effect to set orchestrated crescendo and give us an additional Omni Negate for the following turn. But hope you guys like this little combo video that I threw together at the end. Sorry if you couldn't do the Babel, it's over there. Alright guys, that's it for the deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed the little random combo at the end. Again, that was just one basic combo. The absolute best board you can make with this deck is like Infinity, Dingirsu, Galatea. Like it's the whole setup plus a bunch of triggers in the grave. Like it gets wild. I think the most I've had is like 4 interruptions with 2 more cards still in hand. If you guys want a full combo tutorial, let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to make that next week. If you guys want to check me out on social media, those links will also be down below. That's it from me. I'll see you guys tomorrow in another video. Later.
We gon' ghost them when we pull out with them shells. Hop out the surface, we giving out them L's. I'm with my cycle, we raising hell. I'm motorcycle, no Akira, I'm out for man.